Welcome to Travel Weekly TV, where we go behind the scenes speaking to the industry's heavyweights. And today I have a very special guest. I have Tim from the leading hotels of the world. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tim, tell me a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
Of course. My role is at Leading Hotels of the World. I am the Director of Travel Trade Asia Pacific, excluding China. My role is more about working directly with the travel agencies, the B2B market across Asia Pacific, for our hotels globally.
Tell me a little bit more about some of the different hotel styles.
Of course. So we've got 420 remarkable hotels throughout our portfolio, so quite a large portfolio of purely independent hotels. We've got hotels like Gleneagles in Scotland, Ritz Paris in France, or Capella Bangkok in Thailand, which actually won Hotel of the Year last year.
Fantastic. Which one's your favourite?
Oh, it's hard to choose one. I guess in Australia it would have to be Jackalope. So we've got the Jackalope in Australia and Mornington Peninsula.
So tell me a little bit more about your background in the travel industry. You know, where did you start? How did you end up here?
So I did a hotel management degree, and then straight after that, after university, I moved to China, where I was a management trainee at the Sheraton Shanghai in Pudong.
Oh, wow.
Spent some time in Starwood Hotels and moved to Grand Hyatt Melbourne, where I learned the sales marketing, commercial strategy from a few of my Hyatt mentors there along the way. Then ended up in my first luxury role. I was Director of Luxury and Lifestyle Asia Pacific at IHG. And then I had a sliding doors moment with Craig Adamson introducing me to the leading hotels of the world. I didn't really know much about the independent world then, but it did feel like a natural evolution for me to go from these global chain hotels to the independent side.
What are the benefits of working with the owners directly?
Of course. So with our portfolio, I said 420 hotels, 90% of them are family-led, 90% purely independent, but 100% committed to luxury experiences. With the 90% family-led, we get to work with owners of hotels. And an example of that was recently on the Italian roadshow we had here in Australia. And one of the hotels was the Hassler Roma. And the Hassler Roma is in its 5th generation of family-owned and operated hotel. That sort of personal touch and legacy is sometimes something you don't see in those global chain hotels, but you very much see with leading hotels of the world hotels. Independent hotels, they have huge amounts of character, very individual in the way they do things, but extremely agile on the ground.
Tell me some of the trends that you've seen over the last few years in your career. Yeah,
so especially this year, we've seen 3 or 4 major trends take place. Booking patterns would be number one. We've seen shorter lead times, people booking their holidays. And travellers opting for shoulder destinations, so avoiding those over demand locations. And a lot of travellers are avoiding peak periods. From October to November last year, we saw a 25% increase for our hotels in Amalfi Coast and in Lake Como. And that's something else we're seeing is something called coolcationing. Travellers opting for cooler climates rather than traditional beach getaway. Places like Scandinavia and the Alps in Europe are definitely benefiting from this. Grand Hotel Stockholm in Sweden, D'Angleterre in Copenhagen in Denmark, Britannia and Hotel Continental in Norway, and Hotel Clamp in Finland. So a 64% increase from the months of June to September last year.
Wow.
Same with Europe. In the Alps, in France, Switzerland and Italy, those hotels had a 15% increase on the summer period last year. So those destinations were traditionally only for the winter period, and now seeing them being used all year round. And I guess we've also got the emerging markets trend as well. Countries like Japan and Thailand are absolutely thriving right now.
Yeah.
And that's due to increased accessibility, but also cultural awareness that they may have not been on their sort of pick of countries before.
So tell me, Tim, why would travel agents contact you and not the competition?
Yeah, we have got a couple of reasons. Mainly our Leading FAMS program. That's a very strong program we have in Australia. It is a paid initiative, and we curate some of the best hotels in the world. But we do also have a waiting list that gets to around 100 advisors per year. So it's probably the most demanded FAM program out there. The other initiative we have is the Leading Advisor Number. This initiative is a tool for us to track all bookings through Leading Hotels of the World channels. It also allows us to understand trends of the advisors, so we can help assist in that regard as well. But also allows us to benefit and reward all travel advisors globally that leading hotels of the world works with.
I can only imagine you've got a very long list of keen travel agents.
We very much do. And allowing us to work with them on this tool allows us to see deeper into what travel advisors do.
And need.
And need.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So one final thing to wrap up, tell me, how can the travel agents get in contact with you?
Yeah, they can get in contact with us via email or phone. And we also have an LHW reservations team here as well.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And thank you for watching Travel Weekly TV.